Hey guys, welcome to Film Camp Episode 3. I am your counselor, Elliott. I'm with my two ACs.
Sam and Alex.
So this is Film Camp. We are discussing movies and only movies. So if you want to talk about movies, you've come to the right place.
And
Today-
TV.
And TV.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's called film.
Yeah, you still film television.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Idiot.
You're totally right. Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, so we're going to be talking today about Star Wars in the later half. We will give a spoiler alert before we get into Star Wars The Last Jedi, but we usually talk about movies for the first half, and we usually start off with some film news, movie news.
Yep.
I have my piece. You guys have your... Should I start off with mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a couple new ones. Fahrenheit 451.
Oh, yeah?
It's being made into a movie.
Really?
The Ray Bradbury book that we all read in school. You didn't hear about that. I didn't even know about it. I just Googled it.
I heard about that yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. I did.
All right.
I got it on Reddit. That's the quickest way to get your movie news. Reddit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally on the movie subreddit right now.
Yeah. That's you get your news super quick.
Because I forgot to get a piece of news to discuss.
It's okay.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Fahrenheit 451 for a little bit first.
Terrible book.
Yeah.
Really?
I gotta be honest, I haven't read it.
No, I've never read it either.
I haven't read it either.
So who cares? Why are we
Because
talking
it's
about
Ray
it?
Bradbury. Have you guys read anything by him?
He's a cool guy.
Is he the guy that does
The
Tale of Two Cities? Does he do that one? Is that not him?
No.
no.
Oh.
No.
I don't read.
I don't-
He does Tale of Two Cities.
Oh, am I looking that up? All right, I'll look it up.
That's what you did. Well, I don't have a computer.
I want to know if they're even written in the same century.
No, it's Charles Dickens. Yeah, I knew that.
Come on, guys. You should have known that. I knew that.
Okay, well, I did find some news that I did want to discuss. I mean, if none of us really have an investment in...
I've got some news.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, do your news.
No.
No.
I thought you were
No,
asking
sorry.
anybody else
Hang on,
has any
hang
more
on.
news.
Yeah.
The Ray Bradbury. Okay, you remember in 2016 the Devo I did before camp, and I read the short story. You don't. No. That was this year.
Oh, okay.
Last year, 2016.
Oh,
I read a short story playing music. You don't remember it. That was a very That it was this post-apocalyptic story about this house that comes to life
I was mixing
because
up
all the
Ray-
humans were killed in the nuclear fallout, but the house and all the
I
machines.
hate that story.
I love that story. That's a
Oh,
sick
I
story.
hate
There will
that story.
There Will Come Soft Rains by Ray Bradbury. Fantastic short story.
He, did he
Oh,
do
did he write-
Golden Apples of the Sun?
That-
Which is A Sound of Thunder.
Is that Ray
That-
Bradbury? Is that? Did I get him wrong?
I will say my personal favorite Ray Bradbury
yeah.
Okay, sweet.
work by Ray Bradbury is the short story The Welt, or The World the Children Made.
That one sounds kind of familiar.
So basically what happens is this family, they're living in a house, and it's kind of like in the future a little bit, and one of the rooms they call the nursery. And the nursery, it's a virtual reality room, and it can reproduce anything they can imagine. The children, though, they keep making like this a Welt, or like the savannah.
Yeah.
And like they always kind of go with that. They keep going back to that, and the parents are like, "What is happening? Like this is kind of weird." And over time, stuff happens. I don't know if the room kills the parents or the children kill the parents, but they end up like living in the savannah.
No.
Like as they're killed by lions, but like
I feel like there's an episode of the Twilight Zone that's like that.
Which a lot of the Twilight Zone came from short stories.
yeah.
But I don't think one came from a Bradbury. But anyway, yeah, the Sound of Thunder.
I think that is where the term butterfly effect came from. That.
The Sound of Thunder.
That's the one where they have to go on the path. They have to go on a certain path. Oh, thank you.
it's all.
You're the one that set these up.
Yeah, it is Ray Bradbury.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the one where they have to go on this. They want to go hunting and go back in the past and hunt dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they
I
have
remember
to
the
go-
movie adaptation of that.
There's a movie adaptation.
Yeah, it was like a sci-fi movie, like for the channel
Oh.
Sci-Fi.
Oh.
I
Anyway,
remember that.
they had to go on a certain path.
Right.
And if you were to trail off this path, you could change history.
It's like they could go back in time to hunt dinosaurs, but they had to stay on this path.
Yeah.
And they could only kill this, like...
The
okay,
one T-Rex.
That's
that
it.
was it. And everything went wrong, and someone got off the path and stepped on a butterfly.
Yep.
And then the future was like really weird.
Yeah.
And I think even language was different. And I think
Ads are gone.
anyways,
Maybe
that's
it
the
wasn't.
tune to go back to the next.
Oh, mine was Leonardo DiCaprio is going to star in Quentin Tarantino's new Manson movie.
Really?
That was mine. Dang it. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I heard about that this movie, the Manson Murders movie, I heard that it's going to be Pulp Fiction-esque.
Like it's a bunch of different stories.
I guess
entwined into one?
that's what it said. Pulp
Okay.
Fiction-esque. And it said that this is about the Manson murders as much as Inglourious Basterds is about Hitler. So, meaning that it's not probably going to be about Manson and his murders. It's going to be around the time that it happens.
And then he's kind of gonna be I bet it's gonna be people having to deal with because Inglourious Basterds, that whole movie would not have happened if it weren't for Hitler.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So it's gonna
I'm
be
sure the characters. It's gonna be about characters having to deal with like the consequences. And stuff of-
maybe people, I don't know, detectives or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. A detective story by Tarantino would be sick.
was
That
pretty
being said,
sweet.
like if they did do that multiple story kind of like version for the Manson family murders, like that just sounds like a good idea in general. Like
Yeah.
that filming style, not the Manson family murders. But
Right.
Yeah, speaking of Tarantino though, they have a writer now for the Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
They do have a
Oh, I
writer.
forgot he was
I
doing
forgot
that.
who it was, but I read some of the other stuff that he's written, and it was like, oh, sweet. So it's gonna be good writing.
You mean so Tarantino is helping out with the new Star Trek movie, right?
So
Is
he's
that what I
helping
heard?
out. It isn't set in stone that he's gonna be the director. But I think he chose this writer to do it. He's like, I'll direct it if this guy writes it.
Right.
And I think they said okay. He also said it needs to be rated R, and they said okay on that. So
Good.
It's still a maybe that he'll direct it, but hopefully he does.
It's gonna be Inglourious Bastards, but so the bastards are the Star Trek crew. Sorry, the Enterprise crew. And then like the Nazis will be Klingons.
One thing and one thing only: living long and prospering.
Well, would it be the same actors doing all the? Would it be?
I would love to see Zachary Quinto be like the Bear Jew.
Yeah, because he kind of gives that Eli Roth kind of s.
They
I
look
was
very
thinking that.
similar, and like just because, like imagining Spock coming out like the baseball bat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That'd be great.
So it would be Chris Pine playing Kirk, and not Brad Pitt.
oh, dude.
Brad Pitt is Kirk with a giant, just the gash across his throat. Like,
Who
yeah,
would
Inglourious
Samuel L. Jackson be?
is Captain.
I am an alien.
Well, he was the narrator of that movie. He wasn't in.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just saying in general.
Oh,
in a Tarantino movie, he's got to be in it.
Space, the final frontier, motherfucker. Oh God!
Should
Can
it be
you imagine
Ice-T?
Brad Pitt's character? Brad Pitt's character as Captain Kirk. Yeah, this is Captain's log.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
He'd be good as Captain Kirk.
He would be a good Captain Kirk. I would
Yeah.
give him that.
You know what? I would say
That is a fucking good Captain's log. This is what this is. His character. from
Samuel L.
Inglourious
Jackson would be a good Spock.
Yeah.
Nah.
Basterds. Live long and prosper, motherfucker.
Oh.
Who would? I'm trying to think of other like standards for Tarantino films. Are like Uma Thurman. Who would she be?
Oh my
In
gosh.
Star Trek,
Yeah.
I don't know Star Trek that well.
Yeah.
I've seen Last Generation a couple times because my philosophy professor made us watch that every day. Could we have someone playing Patrick Stewart's character?
Jean-Luc Picard. That's the character's name.
Yeah, I know the
Learn your.
characters.
What?
That's what.
You know what's sad? When you said that, I was thinking, oh, okay, which character was that in Glorious Bastards? But I was like, no, you just named a Star Trek character.
I know the characters.
Did we want to talk more about Star Trek? But I had one more piece of news that I thought was kind of interesting.
I'm done with Star
Go
Trek.
ahead. I'm done with Star Trek.
Okay, because this is a Star Wars episode.
It
guys.
is, yeah.
Okay. We all see that Infinity War is coming out.
Yeah.
We all saw the trailer.
Mhm.
But I was looking at this, and
We've known for about 5 years now that it's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably.
well, when I said that, I mean the trailers. Shut up. All right. Chris Evans shares how he deals with anxiety and why he initially turned down Captain America. So basically, Chris Evans was happy with his breakthrough role, not another teen movie, and then he got kind of shot to stardom with the Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of happy just being that, people would recognize him. He was making a decent living. He was a respectable actor in Hollywood. But the reason why he was so nervous about playing Captain America is because he already deals with anxiety. And he said that the contract for Captain America required, 6 movies, and it was a 10-year deal. And he thought, well, if one of those movies is a hit, like that's a lot of pressure on me. And he said he could say goodbye to anonymity. I'm sorry, I have a problem with that word, so it takes me a while to pronounce it. But so he's like, then he felt like he was always going to be in the spotlight, so he had a hard time. But I think he had a really good quote of why he ended up doing it. It was, maybe the thing you're most scared of is exactly the thing you should do. So he did it.
I like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good
for him.
I thought they were gonna kill him in Civil War. I thought they were.
They're going to kill him in Infinity War.
I feel like at this point, if they want people to actually be emotionally invested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they gotta start killing.
People are going to die.
Well, okay. So there is actual photo proof of someone dying this movie. There's like
oh God, I don't want. Oh, that's disgusting.
I kind of want to know this.
This is disgusting. Was it leaked?
it was leaked.
Oh, that's
leaked.
gross that people would do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that. Okay, I have a question. So
It's
It's Superman.
have we discussed that Avatar is the most expensive movie ever made? Is that still?
It was. We talked about this last time.
Yeah, we did.
No, wait.
We were talking about like the highest weekend grosses and the
most expensive movie was John Carter.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what we talked
said.
about.
that
John
did
Carter.
surpass. Okay, and then the Fast and Furious 8 movie, Fate of the Furious,
Got the
had
most
highest,
money.
the best.
Yeah.
No, that was the biggest opening weekend.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Okay,
Opening weekend.
now
Wow.
Infinity. When you think of Avatar and John Carter,
And the true, yeah.
Yeah.
that did not have a whole lot of A-list actors in it.
No.
Avatar. You said.
Avatar had
Sigourney Weaver was probably the most famous one, and then
Yeah.
Sam Worthington was kind of getting up there.
He was getting up there because of. No, he was up there because of Avatar.
Yeah.
That's what.
Then he
Then he
got-
did
then he
Attack of Titan.
He did Terminator Salvation.
The Clash
Clash
of
of
the
the
Titans. Dang it!
He was in Attack on Titan.
I wish.
Yeah,
He'd be
'cause
great in that.
I remember because a lot of the producers were pissed off at James Cameron for wanting Sam Worthington to be an Avatar. He's like, he's a nobody. Get someone else in it. And he's like, no. Just trust me. Just do it.
I
It'll
like
be
movies.
cool.
I like movies that
Yeah.
use nobodies,
I do
and
too.
then they become this huge hit.
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley from Star Wars. She's crazy now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So we're talking about that. And the budget for Avatar was what? 300 million?
Let me look it up
Around
right
there.
now.
And same with John Carter.
Harrison Ford with
But
the,
it's
Oh my God, there's
What?
5 Avatars.
Harrison Ford with the first Star Wars. He was a nobody too.
Yeah.
Like all those guys
Yeah.
were nobody.
Actually,
sorry, I was spacing.
Um,
Spacing. That's my bad.
I was just say Harrison Ford's first actual role on camera, I believe, was in a George Lucas film, American Graffiti.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. There's also a young Ron Howard in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But what I'm getting at is
Yeah.
John Carter and Avatar, those films did not have any A-list actors. Avatar had Sigourney Weaver. John Connor had Taylor Kish, and you guys don't even know who he is.
That's true. I do not.
He's the main character. John Carter was the main character.
Yeah,
Friday
Taylor
Night
Kish.
Lights. He's in.
He was also in the second season of True Detective.
He was also in Wolverine. I'm sorry, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Was
He was the magician.
he Gambit?
The
Gambit, not the magician. Gambit.
LeBeau.
Yeah, that's Gambit. He's not a magician.
He's not a magician.
Nah,
Dude.
he's got the little in the cards.
No, not a magician.
Whatever. I'm sorry. Forgive me for not knowing X-Men Origins Wolverine very well.
I'm not gonna forgive you because Gambit is personally my favorite X-Men. So
Ooh. No forgiveness.
I think this is the end of.
Wolverine's
I think this is the end of this endeavor.
What I'm getting at
I know.
is Infinity War. Think of all those A-list actors that are in that movie.
Yeah.
Do you think that budget will surpass Avatar and John Carter?
Oh, it's got
Oh, it's got
because of all they have to pay all those. They have to pay
Let's go
Robert
down the
Downey
list.
Jr.
Okay, yeah, go
and
down
Chris Pratt and Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep, that's the big
Chris
one.
Evans.
Yeah.
Oh no, Robert Downey Jr. is the biggest one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's been stuff.
Samuel
that's like,
Jackson. I bet he's
Yeah.
expensive.
Really, all the Avengers, Chris Hemsworth, all the Chris's.
Yeah.
So reportedly, it has a budget. Reportedly, allegedly, whatever. Like
All right.
rumors of $1 billion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
That
agree.
sounds-
What's his name? Who's Thanos? What's his name?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. That's another huge actor.
And Bradley Cooper because he's
Bradley-
Rocket. Like
Yeah.
all the.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Vin Diesel because he's Groot.
Oh my God.
I thought he was for some reason like I knew he was Groot, but I imagined him as Dominic Toretto, like
Dominic
you-
Toretto. Oh,
you
from,
can't-
from Fast and Furious.
the only other role that
He
he
just
has,
shows up.
or Riddick. If he just came
Oh,
as
yeah.
Riddick.
He had that one scene in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
was pretty good.
yeah.
there was one time my parents were doing. Speaking of,
He had a couple scenes.
My parents were doing a trivia. We had like a simple movie trivia thing, and they asked like which actor played, Private Ryan in Saving Private Ryan, and I asked them like, well, it depends. Was it the Private Ryan they're looking for or the wrong one? They're like, what? I'm like, well, if it's the one they're looking for, it was Matt Damon.
Yeah.
If it's the one that they weren't looking for, they found him. It was Nathan Fillion.
That was Nathan.
Yeah,
Fillion.
Nathan Fillion was the wrong. Yeah,
Captain
You know
Hammer.
your trivia.
yeah. My parents were like, "Why do you know this?" I'm like, "I don't know."
So 1 billion. Infinity War.
trivia,
A
man.
lot of actors. Now, since we're on Saving Private Ryan,
A lot of actors.
I recently realized something. I thought my favorite Tom Hanks movie was Castaway.
Okay,
And then for the longest time was Castaway because that's a good movie, right? You guys like
Yeah.
Castaway?
it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember that Saving Private Ryan was a thing, and there's of course it's Saving Private Ryan. But now I think Saving Private Ryan is my second favorite Tom Hanks film
What's your favorite?
because you guys I want you guys to guess.
You're such a
It's
loser.
on Netflix,
But I love you.
and I recently just
Green
watched
Mile.
it. No, that's
Oh,
a good one. Though.
That movie is the reason why I learned life wasn't fair.
Yeah, dude, that's
I
such
was
a good movie.
I was in the 5th grade.
That
and I cried.
That's the
Wow.
movie I learned that bees can come out of the mouth.
Okay, so it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It has Tom
Sorry.
Hanks. Is it Big?
No,
Big's a great
Hell
movie.
no.
I love Big. Oh, it's Toy Story.
no. Oh, it's not a cartoon.
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 3.
It's close. No, it's not a cartoon.
Big.
It's not big.
Dang it. Dude.
Dude, I saw a Zoltar machine when I was in Arizona last week.
Oh, why didn't
Did you really?
I posted a picture of it to Amazon to Snapchat saying I wish I was big, and then I thought, nah, people are gonna make fun of that. People
No,
are gonna
that
come up
was
with some sort of
good.
innuendo, and not doing
No, that was a good one.
The Da Vinci Code.
it. No, I had never seen that.
Oh,
Then not Da Vinci Code. Angels and
And not
Demons.
Angels and Demons.
Yeah.
Inferno.
No,
dang
The
it.
Lost Symbol.
no,
Are you serious?
They didn't make that one into a movie, and that was my
It
favorite.
has nothing
one.
to do with that series.
Okay.
This is a classic
Oh.
90s action film.
Toy Story that time forgot.
Ooh.
Sully.
Man, if we had like live listeners, they'd be tweeting in saying, "Oh, I know what it is."
Captain Phillips.
No,
Yes.
it's a good one.
Cloud Atlas. I'm just
Saving Kevin Banks or whatever that movie is.
All right, do I need to give you guys another
Wait,
actor? That's in
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Ed Harris,
Oh.
Kevin Bacon.
The Simpsons movie.
Oh, is it
Bill
the one that
Paxton.
was it the one that was filmed in Rock Island? What's that one?
There was no movie ever filmed in Rock Island ever.
Yes, there was. It was the one where
With
Tom
Tom
Hanks?
Hanks?
Yeah, and he was the mobster guy.
Oh no, it's not that one.
See, yeah, so I was right.
What
wasn't
movie
I?
is that?
I'm just you said mobster guy, and I know what movie you're talking about, but I did that was filmed in Rock Island.
Yeah. That
whole
was
thing?
really, not
Or
the
one
whole
scene?
thing. There was a couple scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Tom Hanks was here.
What movie was that called?
I don't know. Mobster movie?
I'm just gonna look Tom Hanks. This is the second time I've looked up Tom Hanks today on Google, like for including other words like that, like Tom Hanks mobster movie.
Wait, what were we trying to figure
The
out?
first one was
My favorite Tom Hanks movie.
Oh,
The first time I looked up Tom Hanks earlier today was Tom Hanks, professor, University of Iowa. His brother is a professor of entomology at University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
oh,
Yeah, and he does not like it when his students bring it up
damn.
Yeah.
Why? Why didn't they like it?
because he's being compared to his brother.
When did this movie come out? The Parkland. No, was it Parkland? No, it's not
early
Parkland.
2000s.
Road to Perdition.
Yep.
That's it. That was filmed in Rock Island, huh?
Yes, there were scenes in Rock Island, or maybe Moline, somewhere right around there.
Well,
Rock
one
Island,
of those
Moline's
is
almost the
significantly
same.
better than the other.
Rock Island. I love Rock Island.
Oh, here's the storyline. 1931, Mike Sullivan and Connor Rooney are two henchmen of elderly downstate Illinois, based Quad Cities area.
Yep.
Grand Rapids, West Zealand, Geneva, Illinois, East Chicago, Evanston, Glenwood, Aurora, Chicago. Are you sure this was filmed in Quad Cities?
That's what I've been told.
I've never heard that before.
Geneva.
Really?
I see Geneva, Illinois.
That's
Glenwood,
the
Illinois.
closest-
Okay, so what's your favorite movie? Just
Yeah.
With Tom, this is not my favorite movie. This is my favorite movie with Tom Hanks. And you know what? After I kind of forget about it a little bit, I'm sure Saving Private Ryan is going to bump back up into the slot. But Apollo 13.
Oh.
Don't fucking that's a great movie. That is so good. That is so good. That is
No, that was-
edge of your seat, heart pounding, powerful performances by everyone in that movie.
that, for
That
me,
is
that
great.
was like I forgot that movie.
No, the
Yeah.
oh was like oh.
So good, so good. And okay, I know we don't get too political here, but I recently was accused of being sexist because that was my favorite Tom Hanks movie because it's a male dominated movie, right?
Right.
Which is a fair point. Only got a lot of guys in that movie. However,
to be fair, I am sexist.
yeah.
To be fair.
I'm not sexist. That was a joke. Please know that's a joke.
It is a joke. Now, this movie was up for a shitload of Oscars, including Best Picture, but only won Best Sound and Best Film Editing. And I'm sick and tired of space movies winning Best Sound.
But what about Gravity?
Gravity takes place entirely in space, and it won 2 Oscars for Best Sound.
Yeah, but like the way that they did sound in Gravity was like
I don't know. It's like going to a dog show and a fucking cat wins. Like, it drives me crazy. But you're right. Kathleen Quinlan, who played Tom Hanks' wife, was up for Best Supporting Actress. And Tom Hanks' mom in that movie has my favorite movie line ever. And it was the scene where Tom Hanks' wife takes her kids to the nursing home where Tom Hanks' mother is. And the wife says to the mother that, there's been a malfunction on the ship and Jimmy, they're okay, but right now they're not going to be able to land on the moon and they're just trying to come home. And so then the grandma is just kind of sitting in her wheelchair and she's thinking, and then this little girl starts crying because her daddy's stuck in space, and the grandma goes, "Are you scared?" And the little girl nods, and the grandma goes, "So you shouldn't be scared. If they could get a washing machine to fly, my Jimmy could land it." Oh God, that's so badass! That's such a great movie line. Yes. So no, very powerful actresses in that movie as well. That's a great, well-rounded film. Fantastic movie. Apollo 13. It is on Netflix, and I might watch it tonight after you schmucks leave. No, I'm kidding. Any more movie news?
no, just wondering. Does anybody here watch Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You binged the whole show and said that was the worst idea.
Oh God, I wasn't depressed, but I was gloomy. I would say.
It's. What do you guys think of the newest season compared to the
I've only
I have
seen
not finished it
2
yet.
episodes.
I saw the Star Trek episode.
That's
Okay.
the one I saw. That one's good.
That was
really good. That might have been the only. I saw a couple episodes while I was in Arizona, but I'm not sure if it was the black and white dog episode.
Metalhead.
Oh, I haven't
Was
seen
that
that one
Was
yet.
that a new episode?
That one is so good.
I haven't seen that one.
I wanted to know. I wanted more of it though. I wanted to know, but at the same time, I liked why they only showed us what they did.
In this
I
season,
love
they've
fun,
also
but-
kind of established that it's all connected. Like it's all
Yeah.
they've hinted at stuff before, but like this one, it's really like
It's because the
it's
Black Museum or whatever,
The
right?
Black Museum,
yeah,
yeah.
that kind of ties everything
Oh,
together.
was that the one with like all the medical stuff and the.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
the
That was
guy-
a long episode.
it was.
I did see that one.
I did like. Did you see that episode?
No.
Okay.
I know about it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about season 3 and before though, just a little bit, because I also binged it because
The episode that made me stop for a long, long time because it was really good. I just want. It's like you ever see Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah, that's like.
It's
I
like
don't
it
wanna
was a
see
good
that
movie,
again.
but it saddened me and it made me sad. I didn't like. I recognize it's a good movie, but it made me sad, and I did not like the way I felt after I saw it. The same way I felt after the Black Mirror episode when it was about the little boy Kenny, 14, 15-year-old Kenny who watched a video online and the hacker saw him and then they blackmailed him and a bunch of other people, and so they made him run around all of London doing all this stuff. Otherwise, they threatened to release this video of him watching this video to all of his contacts.
yeah.
And the hacker had blackmailed like several other people. And in the end, this kid. Have you seen the episode?
No, but you can
Oh.
you can finish it. It's okay.
I don't know if I should.
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I?
But a spoiler for
This is-
our
yeah, this is a
listeners.
spoiler.
Well, actually, we need to take a quick break.
Oh,
real
oh,
quick.
thanks. Say by the break.
Just tell it to me, then we don't have to spoil it.
Are you gonna get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Oh, we'll be right back.
All right.
We're back.
Okay.
Black Mirror. End of the
So
episode.
this
The
episode.
spoiler.
So basically, Kenny gets blackmailed by. He has to run around town with this other guy who's also being blackmailed because he wanted to.
You
hook
say
up.
kid? How old is this kid?
He's like
14.
14, 15.
14,
Okay,
15.
Yeah. And so he got hooked. He got sent to a hotel, but because this hacker sending him stuff through his text through his cell phone.
Yeah.
And he met up with this one guy who's also being blackmailed because he wanted to hook up with a female escort and he didn't want his wife to find out.
Yeah.
So now these two guys, so this guy, this 40-year-old guy and this 15-year-old kid, basically the hacker tells them to rob a bank, and then they drive out to the hacker tells them to drive out to this middle of nowhere, and then he tells them to go their separate ways. So then Kenny, so at the end of the episode, the kid's name is Kenny, walks up this hill and he finds another guy on top of the hill who's also being blackmailed. And you kind of find out that this other guy did the same thing that Kenny did. He looked at some stuff online he shouldn't have looked at. And so then basically the hacker told him that they had to fight to the death.
Oh.
And so
And winner got the money that they stole.
winner got the money that they stole from the bank.
Oh, cool.
And the hacker said, you guys have to do this. And when you do it, I'll leave you guys alone. But if you don't, I'm going to release this information to everybody. And
There's also
their lives.
A drone like flying, filming it. Like
Yeah, basically, so before they started fighting to the death,
A
they had
15-year-old kid
They
and
had to
this-
launch one of those remote control drones to film it. So it's a 15-year-old kid versus this 40-year-old guy. So you don't see the fight, you just see the aftermath, and it's the kid walking down the hill, and it's
Yeah.
later at night, and he's all bloody and stuff, and he looks mortified. Now, throughout the episode, the guy and the kid, not the guy that he fought, but the guy he was running around London with, they would run into different people who were also being blackmailed by the same hacker. And because they all did something that the hacker knows that the hacker has dirt on them.
Man, this guy's very smart.
Yeah, dude. And so then at the end of the episode, it shows a montage of, the people going back to their homes after they've just been blackmailed by this hacker, and the hacker just made them do terrible things. And then they all get a text message. It was the "You mad, bro?" troll face, like "You mad? You mad, bro?"
Yeah,
They
yeah,
get
yeah.
text message, and the hacker released their information anyway. And so it shows the dad. The husband who wanted the escort, he comes home to his wife, and the wife is on her laptop. She's crying, and she goes, "Mindy." And Mindy was the name of the escort that she hooked up with. And then it shows like the other people, and like this just shows this guy standing in his outside. It just shows like the camera shot outside of a window, and it shows the guy standing around, and his family's all yelling at him because they found out he looked at the stuff. And then the kid, this is the worst.
Also the woman that she was like
Sent
emails, like racist
emails and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
And the kid.
but the kid, who's the episode is about, so he killed the guy basically. 'Cause
Yeah.
he fought to death. He killed the guy, and he's mortified. And then he gets a text message from the hacker, and it has the "You mad, bro?"
The
and then
troll face, yeah.
and then his
the-
mom called, and he answers the mom, and the mom is frantic because she's like, "Kenny, what have you done? What have you done? There's a video of you looking at this video. There's a video of you," and she just sounds disgusted and heartbroken. "There's a video of you online looking at this. How could you do that, Kenny? He's like blah blah blah." And so then he just kind of hangs up, and at the same, and then you see lights flash behind him, and he turns around, and the squad cars roll up and arrest him, and that's the end of the episode.
Oh no! Did you not hear what she said? Also, I thought she said during it also they're just children.
Yeah.
So it was child.
He was looking at videos of.
Yeah.
Child porn.
Child pornography. Why can't we say it? Child
Oh,
pornography.
Yeah, it's child
We're
porn.
gonna tag it in the video.
Yeah,
but-
right.
Tag it in the
Dude,
video, please.
The
Child porn.
whole episode, I'm like, come on, you can get out of this, and then I hear that, I'm like, oh fuck you.
Dude.
I instantly flip my switch like in an instant.
And it's like that because you were rooting for him through the entire episode, and then at the end, and then it's like, at one hand you think this kid's life is ruined and he's so young. But the other hand, he did something so terrible. It's hard to feel sorry for him.
Well,
But
he's a kid
but
though.
It's like,
Why?
At the same time, he's only. I mean, yeah, he wasn't even 18 either.
He probably didn't even.
which is what I thought. It's like, now this is weird. Is this gonna? What is it? Where do we stand from a legal standpoint
Well,
if he's not even 18
I know,
himself?
but you're a kid and you're going through stuff on accident and you pop up that
But at
or
the
was
same-
he actually watching this stuff?
No,
and
he watched
loving
it. It shows him watching the video,
The video
okay.
was him watching it and
enjoying it.
Jerking
enjoying
it?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah.
but at the same time,
Oh.
you don't need to be 18 to understand that that's wrong.
Right, and also,
Yeah.
even if he's under 18, you still get in trouble for that because our high school a few years ago, actually, after I graduated, I think this was the year after, there was a big FBI thing because, like, basically nudes of different girls in the school were being circulated around, and the FBI was involved because it was child pornography.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the episode that really did it for me. That I had to take a break just because of how many lives were ruined in that episode.
That one wasn't in my top, I gotta be honest.
Oh, it wasn't in my top either.
Yeah.
But that was just one that just
Yeah.
it shook me the most. I still think the first episode,
The
episode 1, season
pig
1,
sex?
is great.
Yeah. That.
Okay.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you actually hear that when that episode came out, that it was back in 2015. Basically, this like kind of like something happened. Some book came out or something in the United Kingdom, and no, sorry. On Monday morning, the Daily Mail's front page featured allegations. This is back in 2015 against UK Prime Minister David Cameron. So the Prime Minister. According to a new unauthorized biography by Lord Ashcroft, Cameron allegedly put a private part of his anatomy into a dead pig's mouth.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, so there's actually, like,
Oh,
grody.
dang.
and I'm trying to think, like, I don't know if,
Which private part?
it was his butt.
His
Yeah, he put his whole
butthole.
butt in his pig's
butt.
mouth.
Ah.
No, it was just like, people saw this and they're like, I'm trying to remember what came out first, this Black Mirror episode, or, because I think it came out before this leaked. It's not related, just coincidental,
Oh.
but it's like,
It would make sense if it came out if the episode came out after, because they kind of like.
and people
oh,
were
what if we
making
did this?
like jokes like so I guess this is a documentary series now. What's your favorite episode so far?
Oh, my favorite episode is the gosh, what is it called? The play test.
Oh, that's a good one.
Play
that is-
test.
that is a really
so
good one.
good. The
That's the one
guy,
where the dude has like live action video games. Like
Yeah.
there's-
Yeah.
the guy was such a good
It just
actor.
keeps
He did a
going,
great
going, and at the
job.
end when it's like oh, the test lasted 0.4 seconds. Like what?
Yeah, it was nutso.
I really
Sorry.
liked White Christmas.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The one with John Hamm.
I wanted to see it
I've seen
during
that one.
Christmas, but I was doing something. I don't remember what.
It's
it
on
was.
Netflix.
I should
I know,
check
but
that
I
out.
wanted to see it during Christmas.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's a good episode.
I heard that one's really good. I heard
That and San Junipero. I really like that one.
I actually
I didn't really get that. I mean, yeah, that one was
White Bear was pretty good.
White Bear kind of was. It
It's a good twist.
Which one was White Bear?
Uh,
I've seen that. I've seen that one.
The
The
woman.
The
Oh,
woman
and she's being
followed with cameras.
yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
That
That one's got a good twist.
That one, yes, it did have a good twist, but that one didn't bug me from like a
Oh,
technology
what?
standpoint.
Oh.
It bugged me from a morality standpoint.
Yeah.
because of the fact that like apparently now in this society, this is gonna be okay. Like, yes, she murdered a child. They're gonna make an amusement park out of it.
Can I give you a morally there's a story, there's a short story. You could do you finish? Did you finish?
Yeah, I mean, that was,
okay,
I
okay.
was just like I wasn't upset at the technology because that's usually what like the thing leads to. It was the fact that they let that happen as a society.
Yeah, it's weird.
Did you I don't even remember who the writer is, and I feel really bad. There's a short story, and I had to read this for college. I had to read this, but it was it's like one of my favorite short stories, and basically it's not telling from a point of view or anything. It's
Right.
all about the morals, right? This is all about it's about this perfect town, amazing, beautiful town. Everything works perfectly in this town. There's nobody that hates each other. There's nobody that kills each other. Now, this town, it's a pretty big sized town, but outside this town, you don't know what's around outside this town. Okay.
The ones who walk away from Omelas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's you read this?
No, I just looked up short story. I wrote Perfect Town short story. And then-
Oh wow. Okay. So I think that's the one where if you walk out of here, you don't know where you're going. Now everything's perfect except one thing. In the basement of a certain house, there is a kid that's about 6 years old being tortured and being fed barely anything, but enough to stay alive. Everything is just enough to stay alive, but they don't get any love. They get neglected. They get tortured. They get beaten. They get whatever. Just for this town to be perfect. Now, they don't know that they're doing this is for the good of everything. So they have no idea. So morally, it's like, uh-oh. So I think it says like when you're getting into puberty or whatever, you are shown this kid. And then you're given the choice. You can leave or you can stay. If you stay, it's perfect. If you leave, you don't know what the heck is going on. And then that ends the story right there. So those like a black or white bear, those type of morally like, oh, what would you do? You know, what the heck is going on? I love that kind of stuff because then it gets you thinking. Would you stay?
I would not stay.
No.
See, I would.
All right.
See, I would definitely stay.
I'm also the kind of person that's like, when I talked about the hypothetical question thing about being in heaven, like one of the reasons why I wouldn't be in stereotypical heaven, it's going to be really weird for the audience without actually knowing.
Yeah.
It's basically like you can stay in stereotypical heaven or you can go to alternative heaven, but you can never come out of it. I decided to go with the alternative one as my answer to it because I don't like the idea of perfectness. I don't believe in perfectness, perfect happiness, everything like that. I guess in that it's not perfect happiness, but I know it's like it's still there.
Yeah.
It's like everything else is still perfect, but this one thing that's still everything is perfect in my life. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of not perfect,
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Should we?
The Last Jedi.
I think we can get into it.
Okay. Do you want to? Well, before that, any big movies coming out soon that we want to talk about, or?
I still want to see 12 Strong.
Yeah.
I think it's already out in theaters.
I got a lot, like a big movie list of 2017 movies before I start numbering off my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see tomorrow. I'm gonna see The Greatest Showman.
Okay. I need to see Coco.
I need to see Coco. I need to see The Three Billboards. It's finally at our movie theater.
Hey man, Martin McDonagh knows his stuff.
Oh, In Bruges was
Dude,
so good.
I was in his play, Pillowman, in college. Martin
He didn't
McDonagh.
direct it.
He wrote it.
He wrote it.
I know.
But okay, well,
Could you imagine if you?
do you guys think? Well, I mean, Martin McDonagh. I guess he does film stuff too. But before I learned that he also did film, because I only studied his theater stuff. Someone told me that he was the Quentin Tarantino of theater, which I actually.
Oh, really?
I was like, all right, I can see that, because Pillowman.
Does he do a lot of theater?
Stuff. Oh yeah, he's a playwright.
Oh.
Yeah, but he also does. He writes a lot of
But
movies too.
a lot. I think the only three I can think of.
He
or
writes,
maybe-
he writes movies. So
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
But then he also. But then I thought, no. I think he's the Martin Scorsese of the playwright.
Oh. You're
Yeah.
getting technical.
If you ever go to London or New York, you should check out some of his plays. You'd like it.
Well, so we should warn them.
Spoiler alert!
We're
We are going to be spoiling Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Every
I suppose every Star Wars movie. And if you haven't seen every other Star Wars movie, like if you haven't seen 4, 5, and 6, it's your fault.
And
But we're
gonna
spoiling
do
Last
that.
Jedi.
And we're spoiling
Or
that
1, 2, 3.
as of right now.
Now.
So if you're still listening, it's your own fault if you get spoiled. You cannot be angry at us.
I feel like it's been out for so long that everybody should be
Right.
spoiled.
And
by
also,
now.
if they see
Everyone's already talked about it, but
Yeah.
now we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. So
Woohoo.
I didn't like it.
I did not either.
Okay, so I didn't either, but I didn't watch it twice, and a lot of people say to watch it twice.
I heard that
the-
too.
yeah.
God. But
So
I didn't like it so much that I don't want to go see it
okay, so
again.
this is the reason why
Yeah.
I don't know, because I watched Blade Runner 2049 twice, and now it's not my favorite movie of the year
Because you saw it the
because
second
I saw it
time.
a second time. I was like, So
It
I
kills the magic.
but I kind of want to see it 3 times now.
See if it goes back.
Yeah, see if it goes back.
Just roll those dice.
Yeah. But I don't think a movie should be classified as great if you have to watch it a couple of times to make it great.
Yeah, man. I had to watch Inception like 6 times before I finally got it.
See, that's different. To finally understand it, or finally to go,
enjoy
okay, it's good. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that it should be able to, because you can't. First impressions are very important.
Yeah. And I'll be
Yeah.
honest, my first impression walking out, I was like kind of leaning toward like that was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed it, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, I didn't like. I kind of felt weird. I'm like, am I wrong for not liking this?
It's like the major conflict was this ship needs to get further away from that ship.
which
That's okay.
from a
no.
okay, well, no, it's not because they're in the void of space. From a physics standpoint, like they can't just be slowly behind another ship in space because one is lighter and God, that was so stupid. Oh, it's lighter, it's more, it's faster. Like we're not gonna be able to catch up to it. Like that doesn't matter in space.
Yeah.
Because there's no gravity, weight doesn't matter.
Also, speaking of which, why did the bombs drop at the beginning of the movie?
Yeah, they're in space and bombs
When
are
they
dropping.
bombed the dreadnought, the bombs just fell out of the ship like they were bombing an actual boat,
And
like a ship.
Ha, ha,
And they
ha.
just fell out.
Did you say boat?
Yeah, like
How
Like
do
the
you
boat.
drop bombs out of a boat?
Yeah, he's just
like they were dropping it onto a boat, like a ship.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
And also, going back to that,
Also, torpedoes drop out of a. No,
I'm
torpedoes
pretty
are
sure.
submarines, sorry.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that you could pick apart every single Star Wars movie this way, though.
and why were they flying at the speed of zeppelins? Which again, speed is not an issue in space because there's no friction or air.
I don't think it's justified to, that's the reason why you should hate this, or not just hate it, but think it's bad, because I think that's in almost every Star Wars movie.
I know.
Okay.
It was just glaringly obvious. in
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, okay.
I thought Finn,
That's not my full reason for.
I
it.
Yeah.
thought Finn was kind of useless.
Finn was
I
stupid.
don't see why he was there.
Okay, so you hate it, right?
Yeah, hate's a pretty strong word.
Okay, you don't
I
like
didn't
it.
like it.
You don't like it.
don't like
you
it.
hate it.
No, not hate. I wouldn't say hate.
Okay, I didn't like it, but I feel like I can defend it for the people that do like it, so I will defend it in this video.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
defend it for
So
you
can we
guys.
talk about what we hate first, then you can defend it?
Yes, yes.
Let's talk about specific things like this point versus and then
Yeah, then I can defend it.
Okay, so the problem was we need to escape the First Order's fleet, right?
Yes.
That was the problem.
it was
There's
a chase film.
it was
yeah.
a solid chase. Yeah,
there,
yeah.
which I love Mad Max Fury Road, so I can't really have a problem with
There's,
that.
I think that's a chase is like a good stakes. Like, you know what I mean?
And I was gonna say, well, it's just even escape movies are great, and this
Yeah.
was about an escape.
Yeah,
sure.
escape.
But like, it's like okay, so their solution, they had a problem. Okay, whatever. But their solution seems so, what's the word I'm looking for?
Consuming.
Time consuming and out of the way and ridiculous that everyone would have died before they carried out this plot. Finn and Rose have to go to some other planet to find some other guy to help them
Yeah.
he's like you're gonna abandon your people to go to some planet. That just seems like it would take up so much time and energy, and by the time we actually go through with that plan, everyone's gonna be dead. It's gonna be too late.
That in the movie, that was like.
And where do they go? To a casino. Which does not seem very Star Wars-esque at all. That's a very cliche complaint about the movie, I know, but it did.
No, I agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
one of the things about me like that felt really out of the Star Wars universe was the beginning scene with like the dialogue between Poe and Hux, where he's like, he's like, yeah, I'll hold. I don't know why, but the idea of holding a call in Star Wars, that just didn't feel.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out of the defensive mode right now because I think the one thing that this movie does not need, it's comic book humor.
Exactly.
God.
Comic book humor is for comic book movies because that's the kind of humor that you read in a comic book. In Star Wars, it didn't start with a comic book, so it shouldn't have comic book humor because it didn't really have that in the first three, and it kinda had it in the prequels. Kinda.
They tried.
They tried, but the writing was so bad it failed. Even if it was comic book humor, we wouldn't know. But the Force Awakens had it a tad. It was like it was stretching.
Right. Like,
but this one,
they had moments are like, oh, that's great. Like BB-8 doing like the thumbs up with the lighter. Like,
yeah, but that's cute. It was cute. Yeah, right. But the phone humor, come on. The titty milk from a cow thingy, like what? What was that?
Yeah, that was.
What was that?
And it got in his beard.
Those stupid
porgs
were meant to sell plush dolls.
Yep.
That's the
Also,
only thing they were there for.
Chewbacca's biggest scene was whether or not he's going to eat one.
What?
And I want to say this before we get any further. I will say, though, this movie did have some of my favorite moments.
Some of the best Star Wars moments.
Specifically, there's one moment that is the best moment in any Star Wars film.
I think we all know what it is.
The Holdo maneuver. Holdo was the vice admiral that did the ship.
The girl that plowed.
Yeah, the light speed.
So, light speed through the ship. It's called the Holdo maneuver now.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Just called I know actors, not characters in Star Wars. Laura Dern. Yeah. The Laura Dern maneuver.
The way I described like her character, her character was like, yeah, first she showed up and I was like, purple-haired bitch. And
should be in Hunger Games, not in Star Wars.
And then at the end it was like purple-haired hero. Yeah.
Heroin.
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Before I defend.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I got a lot more things. What are you talking about?
I know.
We're nowhere near.
There's a couple of things that I'll agree with you guys to the point where I cannot defend it. Okay. Unless I saw the movie again. Princess Leia.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever in the history of Star Wars has someone been so force sensitive that they wake up in outer space and float their way.
Yeah, what the hell?
And not get eaten up by space particles or whatever, however space works. You know space better than me, so you could say, but eaten up by space particles is what I'm going to say.
I mean, the time that she was out there, she probably would have been dead by then.
She's not a Jedi. They're nowhere, it's not in...
She's force sensitive. It's always been known, but not as force sensitive as Luke or...
Right. And we should also clarify that it's not just you're a Jedi or a Sith. They're all force sensitive. It's like Jedi is like this religion and Sith is that religion.
Yes.
Just to clarify, like, so when we say force sensitive, like anybody can be force sensitive.
Yeah.
Like Maz Kanata it's hinted that she is force sensitive.
But she's not. I don't think she would be as strong as Luke or able to be like a strong Jedi or a strong Sith.
And what's his name also from Rogue One?
Yes. Yeah. He was force sensitive, but he wasn't
strong enough to actually use it.
Yes.
So like they're sensitive to the fact that they're aware of it. Like they feel like
that's how I always thought she was. She was sensitive, but she couldn't just like use the force.
Yeah.
But she did, and she woke up, and then she was useless.
Yep.
So why did they even do that? And then why didn't she crash the airship?
That's what I was just gonna say. Take out Laura Dern's. I love Laura Dern. Take that, or maybe you don't need to take out her character. I don't know. But hey, have Leia die that way, or flying her ship light speed into.
Give Admiral Akbar.
Yes,
death he deserved.
Yes, he should have been the one instead of Dern. He should have just been. It should have been Akbar, just like
light sped it through there.
You're an idiot.
Instead
of the Poe,
just going there like it's a trap. It's a trap. No, just take
that comedy I would be okay with.
It's a warp or something, or it's a rap. It's
a rap.
No,
it's a rap.
That's the name of my.
It's a rap. Just goes right.
No, you can't. That's the tagline for my future sandwich shop, Admiral Snack Bars.
Oh,
That's from something.
It's a wrap.
That's from Far Side.
What was that?
That was
Cardboard.
Okay, sorry.
Well, we need to take a quick break.
That was a chair.
We need to take a quick break. Okay,
What was that?
we'll be right back.
Hey, look at that. Beer just magically appeared.
Yeah. So okay, let's back off just the pure hate and the awesomeness, of course, also of the Laura Dern maneuver.
Yeah.
Let's go into
The
some more
Dern turn.
specific things that, like, what's a point from Star Wars that you?
That I didn't like?
Yeah.
But specifically about the movie? I mean,
Yeah. Specifically.
well, what did we already cover? We said the whole casino thing was
Useless.
not Star Wars at all. It wasn't even James Bond. It was it was dumb.
I thought they could have used that to basically have Lando show up.
I was waiting for Lando to
that
show
would be
up. I was like, all right,
cool.
where's
'Cause
Lando?
The way they say is like
It's gonna be Lando that they're looking for because he's in a
ace
casino.
pilot. He's a gambler.
And I bet he's gonna be wearing Han Solo's clothes when he's in the
Has
casino.
a hole in
With
it.
the hole, with the hole in it, and he's.
Yeah, like that would have been perfect. And it's like some guy, and you're like, and even that woman, like there was like with the guy was. Like,
I thought that guy looked cool, and I was like, I want to see more about this guy.
I wanted to see Luke Skywalker and Rey fight together
yeah.
against Snoke and
Well, some
and
things you
Kylo
just
Ren.
don't get.
This
But-
was the only Star Wars film to not have main Star Wars film, not like Rogue One, to not have a lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
There was. Oh, I guess no, there wasn't.
There's only one instance of a lightsaber making contact with another lightsaber, and it was the flashback scene.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That being said, that was a
Wow.
cool scene.
It was.
Not the flashback, but the
But I don't know. And
Kylo
and
and-
Snoke was is he I thought Snoke was portrayed as like the most powerful Sith that's ever been.
No,
No?
no.
He's powerful. Well, I thought he
He's
died.
powerful, but he's not.
He died like a bitch.
Good.
Yeah.
That's how it should have been.
All right.
Okay, so now Star Wars always got the flack of like the newer ones got the flack of, hey, you're just retelling the other story. Now we've already seen a Palpatine. We already have. Now I want to see that Palpatine actually not be as good as everybody thinks he is and kill him off, and now it has a reason for Kylo to be top dog. I want to see that. That's cool.
I guess they did need I never thought about it. They needed reason for people to stop making internet memes about how Kylo Ren's a little bitch.
He's not a bitch. I don't think he is.
he still is.
I don't think he is.
I understand that. I really do. What I wanted was, where did he come from? Like I
Kylo
wanted.
Ren.
You'll
I
get
wanna
it.
know what- not Kylo, but Snoke.
Snoke.
You'll get a TV show.
TV or a comic or a book.
Yeah, you will. I think there's already a comic coming out. I know they got one about almost. They got a Captain Plasma comic out now. Phasma, whatever her name is.
Who they gave her less screen time and made her even more irrelevant.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, who? I was zoning out.
the girl with the shiny armor, Captain Phasma.
Oh, her. Oh, do you think she's dead?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
If she's not, she should just have burns all over her body and just make her look cool.
But then her whole she already looks cool with the chrome.
We do have confirmation though. She does have an eye.
We did.
We know that.
One eye.
We know she has at least one eye.
What if she has like 5? You don't know.
There's just one. She takes it off, and it's the whole eyeball thing from Rick and Morty.
I've got 6 eye holes.
Eye holes. Yeah, it's like I have eye holes.
I see your eye holes. Oh.
Oh my god.
That's a great show.
It is.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that, but let's finish Star Wars.
Yeah.
You're right.
I am. I'm the host. Was there anything else about the movie that we didn't like?
I didn't feel like Mark Hamill was being.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Okay, he said that he didn't like the movie, and let's talk about why he didn't like it. He said something about he didn't like his Luke character or the way he wrote.
I don't think he said he didn't like the movie. I think he said Luke wasn't portrayed correctly.
There you go.
And he said that's not my Luke. That's what he said.
The way that it felt was like before. It's like we had Mark Hamill playing Luke Skywalker. Now it felt like we have Mark Hamill playing Luke Skywalker. If
Oh,
that
okay.
makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
It felt more like we were seeing Mark Hamill than Luke, and it was just.
They wanted him to be a little more senile, like Yoda.
Yeah.
They wanted to show him like Yoda, and that's something that maybe on a second watching, that's what we'll
you
see.
go.
If you get the right mindset going into it, maybe that's what you'll see.
Apparently, they also set the precedent now that Force Ghost can summon lightning.
Oh yeah.
From the Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
But then right before we started this podcast, I was googling stuff for the news, and then I wanted to pull up Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, little girl, it's me, Kylo Ren.
Mark
No, Mark Hamill. His
the scene where all the lasers are coming out. I was like, what? Is that it? That all you got?
what's going on?
Then Kylo comes and faces him. He's like, before he disappears, say hi to your mother for me, and then just
Oh my gosh.
It was
Anyway.
Mark Hamill then eventually said he regretted trash talking the new movie. I think he said, when art is made, and you could consider this art because it is film, is that there's always going to be creative differences. And he says, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a great movie and it wasn't a good experience for him and stuff like that. So
okay.
he said, I think he said he was very humble to be a part of the project, and said that, yeah.
Also, because it gave him lots of money, I'm sure.
yeah.
How much did he get paid for Force Awakens for just that little turn?
Let me
how
see.
much? How much did they pay him?
I don't. Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's
I almost said Wahlberg.
because you said that.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, little girl, it's me. Now I'm gonna turn.
I
around.
think
I'm gonna
he'd
look
be.
at you.
I think he'd be a great
Hey,
Luke
Ray.
Skywalker.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah.
They do kind of like.
I'm a peacock. Let me fly.
Guys, what a piece of junk.
Yeah. I don't. The thing that he didn't like was the throwing of the lightsaber. I know he didn't like that. I know he didn't like him giving up on the Force. I know he didn't like him not wanting to teach Rey. Those things, I think those are the things that he did not like because he thought Luke Skywalker would do. But this is also a Luke Skywalker that's been through a lot of stuff that we've never seen.
That is true.
That we did not see. So maybe he dealt with it this different way that we don't see the perspective of it. So it changes the character and these characters. I'm not saying this is a good way of telling a story, a good way of changing a character. I'm just saying that events happen that change this character's behavior and now to something that we're not used to. So,
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah.
Trying to find.
Also, Rey, or I'm sorry, Kylo Ren knew that his shirt was off and that Rey was looking at him. He knew. He didn't even put his shirt on. He knew that she was looking.
I gotta say, I did like those scenes.
I really
Where
liked.
Kylo and Rey talk to each other. Yeah.
I really liked the dynamic between those two.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I wanted to see in the movie the most. Just those two interact because they did a great job. Even they never touched. I mean, they touched hands, but before the battle scene,
Right.
they never. But it felt like they were right there next to each other, and that was so cool.
So I looked up the salary for the cast. So one of the things that's kind of interesting that Disney made a legacy pay scale policy. So basically, anybody that was returning from a Star Wars movie got paid higher than the new members.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the new people like John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, made anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000
For Force Awakens.
Right.
Okay.
I think Harrison Ford, I forgot what it said he made, but Mark Hamill for his about 5 seconds, was
$5 million.
just north of $1 million.
Okay, that's not bad.
But for that little screen time,
It's Mark Hamill.
compared to the two main characters getting paid a fraction of that,
It's Mark Hamill. I love Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
They made him lose so much weight. So come
I
on.
think I think a lot of it may have come because I know they made him sign an NDA.
Oh, that. Maybe.
The barely said okay, you'll get the full salary if you don't break this NDA.
And how much of the scenes from The Last Jedi were filmed when they did The Force Awakening?
I don't know. One of the things also
They've done that
it's
before. I
possible.
mean, movies done that before.
One of the interesting things, I'm kind of done. I'm out of my bashing mood because I've done
Good.
it so much. Over
Yeah,
the
because
last
there's
month.
something that I want to talk about that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very entertaining movie.
Yeah.
It has its downs that are pretty down, but it has its ups.
Yeah.
It does
Salt
have ups.
Planet. We're
Okay,
gonna talk
hey.
about that at all?
I just
Yeah.
Salt.
it's salt.
They couldn't have done anything where it
wish
was
that
like
I wish that just wasn't there. Like I saw the dude making the
smell
footprints,
the salt in the air,
and then
it was just that's it.
We know it's a space movie. We don't need this red powder flying up to be justified because we saw in the trailers. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like that's a cool planet.
I wonder what that is. Is it salt?
Like,
I guess it's.
I wonder what mineral that's made of. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
dude, I thought it just looked sick.
But
salt. Hey, salt, guys.
It's salt, guys.
Salt.
You got some hard-boiled eggs? We're good.
That took me out of the movie for 1 second. I went.
That's how I felt about the whole at the very beginning of Wonder Woman when the German soldiers are on the ship going through the fog, and then one German soldier speaks in a Tennessee accent. And where'd all this fog come from? Where'd all this salt come from? Look at this salt, guys.
Guys, what's the salt, guys?
Yeah, he paid the producer for this line.
oh my god, they were just selling in my head before we said that. It was like
Shit, I'm sorry.
Is it about salt?
No, I was on the train of thought with Mark Hamill and being paid and being.
You didn't like it compared to the other actors.
Right. I'm just. Then we talked about the filming of the. Oh, I remembered. We got there. We got there together.
We got there.
This was the first time a Star Wars movie, like a sequel, has taken directly after the one before it.
Oh.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the other ones have like some significant time jump between them.
Yeah, you're right.
This one, it's like moments afterwards.
You know, I wouldn't have been upset if it would have done it that way, where it was jumped a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he already trained Rey. It's been trained.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
I would, because also like that had me interested because like when I saw the trailers, Finn, like he was like in the medical pod thing, and like I just assumed, you know, like every Star Wars movie there's some kind of time jump. I'm like, oh my god, how long has he been out? Like,
Oh yeah.
I was interested in that, and then it was like, oh, it's been like 45 seconds.
Yeah. There's other things that we could bash too. The
Yeah.
whole Rose thing. I don't give a crap
Rose
about that
doesn't
character.
matter.
She doesn't, and honestly, I'd rather have Finn and Rey be a relationship than Rose and Finn because I don't care about Rose, and I wish she would have died.
Okay. So what else should we check about?
Rose's death, by the way. No.
Do we have anything else to talk about? Discuss Star Wars?
Star Wars?
Do we want to talk about any other Star Wars films? Like Solo that's coming out this year?
No.
Yeah, I really have no thoughts toward that movie. Yeah.
No, they haven't shown anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to get pushed. I think because we haven't seen anything about it, and the movies right by it are the Deadpool movie
Oh yeah.
and Infinity War.
Yeah.
So I think
Oh, it's supposed to come out in May?
yes.
I expect it to be December.
Yes, I think it'll get pushed to December.
I'd be okay with that. Just give
Yeah.
it a little more time to maybe
Yeah.
make sure they have everything kind of polished out.
Yes.
Because think about like Justice League.
Yep.
They should have delayed it more.
They should have delayed it big time, and they didn't, and it sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can contribute about the whole Han Solo project, I remember talking to my professor about the movie, and I was asking about like, so who do you think would be the best actor to play Han Solo? And she said, well, I think that the best choice to play Han Solo is already in the movies. She thought that Oscar Isaac would have been a great Han Solo to play, which I'm not sure
But
if
no, because that's the same age as Han Solo in the
Was in
first
the New
movie.
Hope,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it
He
makes no sense.
looks younger though than he did then.
then Harrison Ford, yeah. I don't know, add some makeup. I don't know who, because the guy that they have playing Han Solo is really
Alden,
not in a whole lot of stuff. Yeah.
And he's I mean,
Ehrenreich.
that's-
Ehrenreich.
Star Wars is known for that. You know.
Yeah. He was in Hail Caesar.
I have a question that's going to completely jump topics. Do you
Okay.
guys have anything else?
So Star Wars, good or bad?
I gotta be honest. I do want to see it again
Okay.
because I want to. I see it so much that people enjoyed it more the second time, just so that way I can maybe
Yeah, I guess
I'm not gonna pay full price for it. I will go on
No.
like $5 movie Tuesday.
Yeah.
or Redbox it.
mean,
I guess it passes. I mean, I'm still going to see episode 9.
Yeah.
I'm not
So-
as excited for episode 9.
So
but yeah.
I heard from somebody. I don't remember who it was. It was some YouTuber. I totally forgot who it was. So,
Logan Paul.
not Logan Paul.
We can talk about that here. That's
Yeah. But
that's film.
yeah. Gosh, gosh. No, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about what's his name? Jeremy Johns, something like that. He's a film reviewer.
Jimmy Jordan?
Johns, Jahns, or sorry if
JAHNS.
yeah, it's like
Jimmy Johns.
Okay, what about him?
something like that. He's not gonna be on IMDb. He's not in anything.
The Screen Junkies.
No, he's on a YouTube and he reviews movies.
Okay, so what's
But he said that no one hates a Star Wars movie more than a Star Wars fan.
It's true.
And that is absolutely true because everybody wants or has an idea of what it should be, and it's
no
not.
one can accept what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, the thing about movies like Lord of the Rings, or not movie, but show like Game of Thrones,
Right.
you can't really be too mad because they're already books. Game of Thrones is a little special.
It's already been established.
Yes.
What's going to happen.
Yes. So it's in a different category, but still, you can't get mad at that stuff because it's already written down.
Yeah.
Now, when it's its own property and you gotta think, you gotta create your story with your mind, or the writers do at least, people are gonna be mad.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And I think they took leaps, they tried things, some of it failed, some of it succeeded big time, and I'm excited for the next one.
All right.
Okay. One thing's kind of just piggybacking off of that. I saw things similar to that about like people are like considered fanboys.
Yeah.
Like, there's like for me, like I'm a Legend of Zelda fanboy. I love that video game series.
Which one's your favorite?
Ocarina.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Okay, no, it is. It's really good. I'm also adding the nostalgia factor, which we
Yeah.
try to actively combat on this show.
Nostalgia factor.
Yeah. Yes, I will defend it if I'm truly gonna defend it. But I feel like nobody is as, critical of something than their biggest fans.
Yeah.
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 Like, if you just go in blindly liking everything that something is like, if I just said, "Oh, every Star Wars movie is great," it's great. No, honestly, Star Wars has a terrible track record for good movies.
Yeah. I think 1, 2, and 3 are horrible.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. What just came out? 8, 7. It wasn't horrible, but like
I wouldn't say 7. 7's okay.
7's okay, but like
Parts
4,
of 6. Did you like? People think that Last Jedi gets a bad rap. I don't know.
I mean,
No.
it's better than what we have.
Yeah.
Like, so like 1, 2, 3, and 8. I would consider the bad ones. That's still 4, like, out of.
So why were people excited for The Force Awakens? I
mean, I was
the
excited.
people complain about
Yeah, and
But
that
1, 2,
everything,
and 3 were terrible.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was because 1, 2, and 3 didn't have as much to do with 4, 5, and 6 as Episode 7 did.
Right. And
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I'll be honest. I was excited for Force Awakens. I loved it when I saw it, and then going back, I don't like it as much because
There is a YouTube video.
don't promote other channels.
No, I mean this is a
No,
cool
not here to
video.
promote other people's work.
Like, better be paying.
We're
us
all
for it.
friends. We're all trying to do the same thing. So there's a YouTube
Alex
guy that he put it's if you type in what if Star Wars Episode 1 was good? And he goes through things and changes things to make you go, "Oh, that would actually be really good."
Yeah.
And then he does what if Star Wars Episode 2 was good? And he changes everything and it goes, "Oh my gosh, that'd be way better." So you should check it out. I think you would really enjoy it.
Did you guys see the video of George Lucas in the screening of Phantom Menace watching? This wasn't like the premiere. It was just the screening after they finished filming everything, and so then they're looking at what they need to change. And George Lucas is watching this movie, and when they're done, he's like scratching his head because he realizes how much shitty stuff is in it, but they can't take any of it out because it's all vital to this plot line, to the storyline.
Yeah.
And so that if they take it out, the story won't make sense. And so they were forced to leave it in. And George Lucas is like, "Oh God, no!"
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's a video of him doing that?
In the show, the Toys That Made Us,
Yeah,
they kind of talk about that in the Star Wars episode.
yeah.
Where it's like,
I wish I had seen that.
Like they were excited, like, yeah, we're getting to make more Star Wars toys because it was very profitable to make Star Wars toys.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, so we got to see an early screening of not Force Awakens, of Phantom Menace. We already had all these drawings and things made, and then we watched it and we're just like, oh, what are we gonna do with this? Like they said, like it was damaging to them as companies because they made a lot of Jar Jar Binks stuff, and
no one's gonna want to buy Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, like they had clearance aisles filled with Jar Jar Binks.
Dang.
I thought it was interesting that what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, don't kill off the coolest villain in your lore, and that's Darth Maul.
But then
Sick.
they just keep bringing him back.
Oh, they brought him back. Yeah, he's alive. In the lore, he is.
The
brother Savage Opress.
Yeah.
The most valuable
And
toy.
the sisters of.
Yes.
Of,
Yeah.
Who are
Shut
Force
up.
sensitive, but not Sith or Jedi.
The most valuable toy in the Star Wars was the Boba Fett
With the rocket.
rocket launcher thing. Yeah,
But it was never actually released.
I thought that one initially was released.
No,
Like-
it was like basically. They explained this in the Toys That Made Us.
They promoted it. It was late when I watched it. I thought that the first design wasn't released, but then they came out with a second one that was released.
Yeah, so basically they were going to. They hinted at it because they're like, oh, check out this character coming out, Boba Fett, and he has like the toy has like a launching missile.
Yeah,
And kids were excited, and then this scare happened because
it was a choking hazard.
some other toy that had like launching missiles like that
Was
shot out and like it went down a kid's throat.
Well, one kid's an idiot thinking that it's a freaking Mike and Ike, and then they die.
So, yeah.
Die.
So, yeah, if you see anything that's like someone's like, oh, I have one, like they have one in their collection, it's more than likely a fake unless it's like the prototype they mocked up in the.
Yeah. Anything else Star Wars related?
Star Wars sucks. No, it's good. It's fun.
'Cause I had
it was a lot of fun.
Something to talk about Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Star Wars spoilers are over.
Yeah.
If you watch that, if you watch up to this point, okay.
Welcome
Rick and
back.
Morty spoilers
done,
now.
I guess. I really want. Okay, have you guys ever thought about writing an episode for a TV show, or an episode that you wanted to see?
Episodes I wanted to see. Yeah.
Yeah. I always want to see more Halloween specials
Oh,
of anything.
Thanksgiving specials because it's never happened, or it doesn't happen
Simpsons
often.
has it.
Oh yeah, well
King of the
Simpsons
Hill
has
has
an
it.
episode of everything.
Futurama does not.
How about an Arbor Day special?
Arbor Day.
Arbor
Yeah.
Day.
Abde.
Arbor Day.
Or-
Rick and Morty should make a Halloween special, even though that's already kind of a creepy sci-fi Halloween-y show.
They
But,
could.
Yeah, it'd be cool if there
They
was an
do a very
episode
good
of like Rick had to pass out candy to trick-or-treaters, and he like thinks it's stupid at first, but he comes up with some way to like ruin it or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
The way he'd probably do it would be
But-
like he opened up a portal and just grabs whatever there and
Yeah.
puts it into.
And then it ends up being something that
Like
mutates the
something dangerous,
kids,
yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I also want to see an episode that talks about Rick's childhood and his parents and Rick's parents.
like a flashback episode, or
Maybe.
They do that. Like I love how they do it. Like I don't want a legit flashback because doing that will kind of like
Yeah.
change. Like it will make everything certain. Like what happens. I like not knowing. Like knowing a little thing like Simple Ricks. Like learning
Simple
about
Ricks,
the you know that episode with Simple Ricks.
that was a good episode.
That's one of the best episodes of the series.
yeah,
Season 3.
especially the ending.
But they show just little clips of things in his past, and I love that.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Well, we should take a quick break, and I'm also gonna check the memory cards.
Oh yeah.
Check that memory
Yeah,
card.
Okay, so we were off camera. We were talking about Rick and Morty and TV shows and how Futurama, there are shows that they start off well and then they kind of lose off. Rick and Morty has, what you said. Rick and Morty is also kind of like that. But you
Yeah,
said
it's getting there.
We're
It's
saying
getting shaky.
we're
It's
saying
getting shaky.
Futurama has been one of those shows that's been good all the way through.
All the way.
And you were saying that American Dad is also kind of like that.
I feel like American Dad started off kind of like not the best, but then like they kind of hit a point where it's like it was getting better and getting better, and then hit a point where it's just like, oh, this is one of my favorite shows of all time.
It's American Dad's fantastic.
It's much better than Family Guy.
There's a
yeah.
great episode that it's Stan's brother
Oh, his
put that knife away?
His Native American half.
Yes.
Yeah,
And-
that's a Thanksgiving special.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It is. Yay.
Like Stan's like, okay, I'll take the take the $2,000. You can take the land.
Yeah.
And it ends up being like an oil deposit.
Right. Do you guys okay? Rick and Morty or Futurama? What's better?
What's better?
Yeah.
Rick and Morty or Futurama? I'm going to give it to Futurama.
I'm going to Futurama.
Because now Rick and Morty has a different type of sense of humor.
Yeah.
It's not as, even though people are like, oh, you got to be smart to know Rick and Morty or whatever.
You
It's
don't.
I know.
I'm an idiot.
I know.
Man, understand it.
I understand. I think it's all a joke, but still. I think it's a little more clever humor
Yeah.
when it comes
It's
to
more subtle.
subtly clever humor when it comes to Futurama.
Yeah.
And while dark humor is huge in Rick and Morty, I'm a big fan of dark humor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Keep summer safe is
God, that
one
was
of the
great,
darkest things ever in a cartoon I've seen.
It's like, Daddy, it's like all
Oh.
of you have loved ones. Like,
Yeah, that it's
all of them.
And they
can be
all
taken
back away.
Like,
Yeah.
You guys think Futurama?
just
is
because
better
there's
than
more
Rick and Morty?
episodes, they take more time, or I guess they take less time with it, but still, it feels
More consistent.
more
or-
consistent. I would say that.
And like, it doesn't feel so like random, like, and all over the place at times. Like,
Give Rick and Morty 10 seasons, and then
I
I'll
was gonna
talk.
say, to be fair, Futurama has already earned its place.
yeah.
There's a
Every season has 20 plus episodes, or
Futurama's kind of earned its mark. Now the thing is, here's something interesting. You know how IMDb has like the top 250 movies?
Yeah.
It has the top like 200 TV shows as well.
yeah.
Futurama is at number 179. So while both Rick and Morty and Futurama are on the list of the best TV shows ever made,
Yeah.
Futurama is at 179. You guys want to know what Rick and Morty is?
Probably 16.
Probably 3.
It's 9.
Yeah, see, that's because it's so popular right
Yeah.
now. I want to tell you something.
No, I'm sorry. It's 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad to see you can read numbers properly.
Well,
You're a college graduate.
I
Yeah,
was
come on.
I was an English and theater major. Oh God.
My life.
I was at the Futurama episode.
Dramatic.
Yeah, number 1's Planet Earth 2.
Pause.
Number 2's Band of Brothers.
What's number 1?
Planet Earth 2. And then Band
Really?
of Brothers. And
And
then
then
Planet
Planet
Earth. And then Game of Thrones. And then Breaking Bad. And then The Wire. Then Rick and Morty. Then Cosmos. Space Time Odyssey. Then Cosmos from the 80s. And then 10 is The World at War.
No one has anything bad to say about Band of Brothers.
Number 13 is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Do you have something to say? Bad to say about Band of Brothers?
See, let's go back.
I didn't
to-
think so. But if you do, leave us a comment at campfire.com, campyre.com, or you can follow us on Twitter. I'm sorry. You should follow us on Twitter. You should subscribe to us on YouTube. You should drop us a like on Facebook. Instagram. We don't really have anything posted on the Instagram.
No, I
do we?
try to.
Yeah.
If I can say this for our audio only listeners, if you can, please try watching the video versions, please. We need views everywhere, but yes. And if you are listening to this, give us a comment, rate us on there. That way, give us a rating.
Help us out.
Get the word out there. Do you think we're funny? Because some of us think we do.
Yeah.
What? Anyway,
We've already had our number 1 fan on the show. Don't worry, Mike. I'll get you out there eventually. Just gotta edit it.
anyway,
Back to Futurama.
no.
No?
Podcast is a great way of listening,
Yeah.
and you should do it, especially the 0.5s. Now, 0.5s, let me tell you real quick. I'm going to give you a little advertisement. 0.5s are,
This is not sponsored content.
yes, it is. Very sponsored.
No, it's not. We can't sponsor ourselves. That's not how it works.
Oh, very sponsored.
Again, that's not. How it works.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so 0.5s are a little dirtier, a little drunkier, and a little more fun.
Raunchier. Yeah.
A little raunchier.
Big Boy's your host, by the way.
Big Boy is your Unky Big Boy. That's me. And I'm your host, and it's a lot of fun. And not every time we get drunk.
No.
I don't think
We didn't drink last time.
Yeah, we didn't even drink last
But the last episode 4.5 is extremely raunchy, though.
Is it? Is it
Favorite
really?
one. It's pretty. I mean, there's just
Oh, we talked about porn.
yeah, we did. It has
just a
not been
tad.
released yet, but yeah.
And
but
everybody
go on with what you were saying.
Oh, that was it. That was it. It's a great show.
You were just taking this time to promote Point 5?
Yeah, for me. Because I host it. It's the only thing I host.
All right. You host a lot. You're going to be hosting at least the challenges or...
I thought the challenges isn't really hosted.
It's not host.
Well, what about
but
playing with Pyre? What about
playing with
That's
Pyre.
also not going to be hosted. I
Oh,
thought.
okay. You just got the Point 5s. Unless you think of
Stop pointing that knife.
Unless you think of something else of your own.
See, I was thinking of a podcast
I'll
for you called Sam Speak to Me. And it's
See, I don't like
What about
puns
the
with my
BBQ&A?
last
Is that
name.
gonna be...
Do you want to do BBQ&A?
I'll do BBQ&A.
There we go.
Alright.
Here's the show.
So yeah. So BBQ&A. That
No,
what
no,
that?
no, 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 no.
we were,
Oh, okay.
well, we already talked about other ones. Just
But that one's going to be special.
okay. So can we go back to Rick and Morty and Futurama for a second?
Yeah.
Because people say like, "Oh, you need to be smart to understand Rick and Morty."
No, you don't.
I
That's
don't
a joke.
understand any joke in there that's supposed to be smart.
There's
I
no
think you have to be
joke.
smart to write it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it's cleverly written. I'll give it that. But like jokes in like Futurama, which actually are like you kind of need to be smart to get. Like, there's one joke where they're doing a it's like the horse races, and like they check like at the end of the race, they're like oh, and it's this horse and it won by a what's it like a quantum second, and then Farnsworth goes like that's not fair. You changed it by observing it, and like that's a theoretical physical like physics.
Oh, sick. That's
principle.
pretty
I'm
cool.
Like, I'm like that's hilarious. Like that one, you need to know shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
So
don't-
yeah, it's all just like little clever things in there. Now, one of my favorite jokes of Futurama of all time is butt humor. Now, you said you don't like poop humor.
I don't like poop humor.
What about butt humor?
Butts can be funny.
Okay, all right. Because it's
Specifically, I said I don't like fart jokes.
But no, we talked about poop the whole time. Was it fart?
It was mainly fart jokes.
I
Yeah.
thought it was poop.
I just don't find fart jokes funny in television or movies.
Fart jokes aren't too funny, but poop is.
Well, Master
Anyway.
Disguise had some good ones, but go ahead.
Fry finds the main character finds a telescope that's all by smell. The
Right, the smelloscope.
smelloscope,
Yeah.
and he says, "Let's smell Uranus." It's like, no, they changed that joke, or they changed the name to end that joke once for all. And it's like, what did they name it? Eurectum.
See,
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Anything else you want to talk about before we end, actually? Or
Oh, we're gonna end on that. Oh,
I mean,
yeah, we're getting on that.
we're at like an hour and a half. Yeah.
shit.
No.
I want to say
I-
we did say last time that like on the next episode we were gonna talk about like Akira and anime and stuff.
Oh, I know.
Shit.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll get there. It'll happen.
Next
Maybe-
one, please.
Well, the
It's
next one we want to talk about.
Maybe
Are you serious?
should we even plan right now what we're gonna do next time?
Akira. So anyway, it's
No, I don't think we should.
Okay.
But I feel like we should do that one now since we already told them that we're gonna do it.
yeah.
But I don't know. We'll talk.
We'll give
Here,
them more
this-
time
this
to
thing-
watch the movie.
If you want to be informed of that one, since this one isn't as mainstream as other movies that we talk about, if you want to be in the know for that episode, make sure you watch Akira as soon as possible for
Yeah.
your own self. If you haven't watched it, that's not on us.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
We'll also make references to your name.
Your name. which-
I thought you were gonna say if you want to be in the know about what we're gonna talk about for the film camp, subscribe
Yeah.
because that's the only way you're gonna know.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a little leverage
Yeah.
here.
Also, send us questions.
We already talked to.
Don't count
We
it.
already
I
said
know.
this stuff already.
It's
We
just
did the whole
no one
thing.
has ever sent us a question. except for us.
Oh.
And my friend Jake, who I was at lunch with earlier, and he sent me a question just because he knew he could.
Oh, okay.
He wanted us to discuss for Star Wars how we thought. I forgot to bring it up. Sorry, Jake. How like machine guns and like physical weapons like that shoot like a physical object would work in Star Wars.
Well, I mean,
So they already have like slug rifles, don't they?
yeah,
That shoot living slugs.
yeah. Living slugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slug rifles.
Anyway,
See ya.
thank you for watching. I was your counselor, Elliott. Film Camp, Star Wars Episode 3. You were Alex. You were Sam. You were Big Boy. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.